Hey, it's Tammy.
And Lisa?
And we're back with Riding Sidesaddle.
We have a little snack.
I was going to say a snack, and then Riding Sidesaddle, and it came out as Snidesnaddle. So, Riding Sidesaddle snack.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're talking a little bit about our upcoming season.
Right. So we're in between seasons right now. We just finished season 2, and we're about to start season 3. So we're taking a little break so we can recoup a little bit.
Start planning.
Yep.
Getting some things together.
Yep. We just need a little breather in between, and then we'll be off and running again. Off to the races.
That's right.
With Riding Sidesaddle season 3.
That's right.
So, what are we doing in season 3?
Gosh, we've actually already been recording some of our episodes. So
we're gonna meet Marcy in season 3.
We are. So Marcy is, as Tammy had mentioned, she's going to be coming on with us in season 3. She actually is certified in Enneagram. And we talked a bit about Enneagram at the beginning of season 2. We really scratched the surface. We, like you said earlier, I think we piqued some interest.
We did.
With our
Jamie
conversations.
and Becky.
Yeah, our conversations with Jamie and Becky. They're enthusiasts of it. They had researched on their own, and we shared some of that. Now we're bringing Marcy in to just kind of lay a little bit more foundation.
Right.
And
dig a little more into my number because I don't know myself.
Have Tammy get herself out of a little self-discovery quandary.
That was actually, well, you'll see. It's a little ugly for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. It threw me for a little bit of a loop, actually. So we'll talk about that. We have a bonus episode where we really uncover my actual number.
Yeah.
Thanks to Marcy. So if you have taken that test and you're like, I don't know if it really, I mean, it sort of sometimes is me, but I don't know if that really fits. I don't really see that so much. That's where I was at. I was like, I mean, I kind of can see 8. I think I'm an 8. I think I could be an 8. But there was still a little part of me that was like, yeah, but not, like, I see that some of the time,
right.
But it doesn't feel like me most of the time.
Right.
So if you've taken the test and you're not really sure and you want to dig a little bit deeper, we know a girl.
That's right. We do. Yeah.
Marcy has her own business where
you.
she coaches. She's a life coach, and
she is.
Enneagram is one of the tools that she uses. So Be Anything is the name of her business, and it's Marcy's fantastic. So if you've taken that test and you're a little bit like, I don't really know what I'm doing, I don't know who I am, Marcy can help you out with that.
She will.
Yeah.
So not only as part of Enneagram, but Marcy is going to be coming on board with us, hitching a ride for a while.
Hitching her wagon to our horse.
We've talked a bit, and I don't know if it's all going to be in season 3. Probably not. We'll spread it out a little bit. But there are multiple topics that we're going to be spending some time talking with Marcy on. One of them is perimenopause. I know that we talked a bit about some of that during season 1 when
with Pam.
Yeah, we had Pam on. She talked us through kind of like what does the traditional menstrual cycle look like, shed some really significant light on that. Because there are lots of things that I just simply did not know or understand about that.
And the difference between normal and common.
That.
Yeah,
that was a big deal. So that was in season 1, episodes 9, 10, and 11. So we called them, for every period, there's stars for every one, because you
should get a star.
Right. Yeah. And then actually we talked about, I take that back. We didn't talk about perimenopause with Pam. We talked about postpartum with Pam and really what kind of your body goes through that process. My apologies. In season 3, we're going to be talking a bit about perimenopause and, that transition and what do our bodies go through as women during that.
Right. So we started with hormones with Pam.
We did.
And part of hormones is postpartum, right? Like, I mean,
oh yeah,
your whole body, your hormones are literally inside out and upside down, and they spike up and they shut off drastically. And so So the whole hormones, like that particular topic, we're going to continue that into season 3 from a different angle.
We
so
are.
we're going to shift it from postpartum to perimenopause.
Yes.
And some other things. Like it's not, I don't want to pigeonhole us into any one thing.
No,
So
absolutely not. We, with Pam, she's just
she's
an
a wealth
enormous
of knowledge. Gosh.
Thank you. An enormous resource to be able to
Absolutely.
offer for these types of things that, I don't know, I've lived in this body for 49 years. And the hell if I know what's going on with it.
Right.
I've had 2 children and been postpartum twice.
Yeah.
Didn't know what was going on with it.
And for sure, these are things that people do not talk about.
Correct.
I was talking to a friend of mine who's in her 40s, and she's like, so this is happening, and that's happening. My mother never told me about this. Why are we not talking about these things? Why am I
Yeah.
40x years old, and I'm just now learning this? Why is this a secret?
Yes. Thank you to Pam, really, who can shed some light about
Absolutely.
this. We're going to be talking about like natural birth control as well, which
Wow.
I really don't know anything about.
I don't either.
My birth control for many years was hormonal.
Yeah.
And there is a way to understand your system and your body in order to support that, that level of natural birth control.
Yikes.
Which, how wonderful, right? Let's
Yeah.
not necessarily have to introduce different hormones
Pharmaceuticals, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to talk a bit about that, kind of diving back into some of the roots of what Riding Sidesaddle was originally
Yeah.
intended for,
Yeah.
talking about things that, it's not common knowledge. And for whatever reason, there's, it's just not discussed. Maybe there's shame around it, that type of thing.
Sure.
So we're bringing that back up again with Pam.
Yeah, man. So, like you just said that, and it made me want to launch into why is being a woman shameful?
Yeah, it's not.
Anything that our body does is not shameful. We don't need to be ashamed. Like,
Correct. Everybody poops.
it's that sort of thing, right? I mean, we've got children's books that are literally called Everybody Poops. Okay, so you have a period.
Right.
You have, hormones. Oh, this is normal.
I say that because I snuck over to my daughter's house this afternoon, and Malachi, my 2.5-year-old grandson, I had to go to the bathroom, and he's like, I'm going to come with you. I'm like, all right. He's got a little chair in there so he can get
luck
up
for
on the
you.
toilet. He just sits
Yeah.
right down, and,
All
and
right.
he had the Everybody's Poops books in there.
It's Everybody Poops.
And he was telling me about rhinoceros poops and how they don't really care where they poop. I mean, it's true.
adorable.
So speaking of grandchildren,
Yeah.
I had mentioned during season 2 that I had a new baby grandchild coming, and she has arrived.
She has.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about bringing in our daughters who are
Yeah.
going through that mothering experience right now. Emily and Hudson had come along
Right.
in season 1, and we were
At like 2 weeks postpartum
Yeah.
or something. I forget exactly the number, but it was early in her experience. And so we were talking. We haven't even asked Emily yet, but we're talking about
Whoops.
maybe we could bring Emily and Hudson back and see
Yeah.
how it's like at 6 or 7 months
Yep.
later and
Yeah.
see what that looks like.
and Deidre too,
Yeah.
with her
Now she has
experience.
2
She has
babies.
2 very different postpartum experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and we've deliberately done some things differently this time around. And so we're gonna talk a little bit about that, because again, it's one of those things that aren't.
we do not talk enough about that. Which leads me into reminds me anyway, about we're also going to talk about gifts in season 3.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So it ties into Deidre's postpartum experience. It's a familial thing for us, and just so that's specific, but just generally about gifts.
Yeah.
So lots of good things. Some of these things are very near and dear to our hearts, very close to our hearts. It might be more vulnerable than we've been in season 1 and 2. It might be.
Buckle up.
And we're saying that to ourselves.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
As I try to not make eye contact right now, because I'm
Right.
not even sure what to do with myself. But
Right. but I think it's going to be really good and really necessary. And so join us for all sorts of new fun things. Some of them aren't even new, but they're a little deeper or taking a look from a different angle. And, we'll just see where we go. I'm sure it will be, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. We'll have plenty of laughs and giggles along the way. So
that I can guarantee.
I am certain we will bring some laughs and giggles.
Sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So stay tuned for season 3.
Hang in with us. We
Yeah.
should be coming back with season 3, I think, at the beginning of May.
Okay. All right. All right. That's our time frame.
Yep.
So hang in there. Enjoy a little vacation. And we'll see you when we get back.
Sounds great.
All right.
Bye.